Hello and welcome to a very special Gundam Battle Operation 2 featuring the Ez8 Weapons Rack, or WR. The Ez8 was a field modification of the Ground Gundam in the first unit of the 8th MS team. So the 8th MS team was OVA. That was one of my first entries into Gundam back in the day, and one I quite enjoyed. And quite honestly, I love the look of this suit. It's got a lot of options compared to some of the supports at the cost it comes in, and it's a fairly sturdy unit. It doesn't play super different than a lot of supports, being slow, having a decent amount of armor, and having a decent selection of weapons. So let's see what we got. So this starts at the 350 cost. It's a ground-only unit, a support of course, as a ballistics resistance of 16, a beam resistance and melee resistance of 11, so not bad, a range strength of 32, a melee strength of 8, a movement speed of 95, and a pitiful thrust gauge. Close range slots, it comes in at 9, medium at 8, and long range at 7. This suit is fairly good in my opinion as a mid-range support. It can be a little closer, but I wouldn't try it honestly. For equipment, it can have the 180mm cannon, or it can pack the missile launcher for more mobile or aggressive playstyles. Of course, it has a beam saber enhanced. It has head Vulcans. It has the ground type beam rifle, which is actually a fantastic backup weapon. It has the 100mm machine gun, also a nice backup weapon, and of course, a shield. For skills, it has a high performance radar, high performance scope, observational data link, personnel radar, which, will let you see pilots on your radar, leg shock absorbers, and shield tackle. So, as a unit, it's pretty decent, especially within the cost it is. It runs a risk of being a little bit closer than supports generally at the lower levels want to be, and it's fairly slow. I have other units I prefer more if I'm going to play a support. There's a Dom I can think of, for example. And, there's a lot of choices you have. But this one's got a good rounded weapon loadout, which can be used to really help put pressure. It's a good follow-up unit. It's a good unit to help basically mess the enemy up and keep the fire going. But it does lack a lot in speed and, endurance when it really comes down to getting into the mix of things. So let's see how it does in the match to come. Hey, welcome to the match. So this will be an interesting one. I hadn't touched this suit in probably a year and a half, if not a little bit longer than that. But it's painted in Titan's colors, or modified Titan's colors, because I thought that would look really good on it. So, we're going to drop in. I'm still not very good at this map. So, I'm just flipping through my weapons. I'm going to go something a little bit quick to fire off. And boy, does it boost so dang slow. So I'm trying to move up to back up my dudes who are making a push through the middle. And I'm going to take a shot in this. And as a good friend Sano Beast would say, I tend to pre-shoot or shoot just a little bit behind, but sometimes you just got to take those shots. So, here we are. I'm trying to move around. I noticed the knock, so I try to stagger him to help my dude out and at least push him back. Now, he'd be a death sentence, but I don't think he was going to commit to it. So I'm going to keep moving up, trying to pack up my guys. chipping away and trying to stagger some guys as much as possible. And I noticed this behind me. He's going to aim for my legs to try to take him out, so I'm just kind of delaying him as they work over those others. And, you know, fun times. But the team finishes that guy off, turns around, and I got one section of my leg still good. So I'm going to push up in an effort to help my guys. I'm trying to hold my fire until I could get a shot off like that, and also so I wouldn't stagger some of my guys. So I'm going to push on that, and I'm going to turn around to try and help them. Realize it's the knot again. Going to take a shot at him, try to put a little bit more damage on his legs. But I'm not going to chase after him because I'm not going to be any help to 3 there. Now, I am going to push up trying to support my guys here, but I do make a bad miscalculation. I probably should have hung back a little bit, but I'm not convinced it would have helped me because majority of their team's here and I'm very slow moving. But I did make a miscalculation and I pushed up too far to help my guys, and they're a little too spread out, so I pay the price for that. So no shade on my team, and the other team did exactly what they should. They just surrounded me and tore me apart. But the suit did take a while to die. So I'm looking at E as a potential spawn point, or A. And I hadn't made up my mind, but I was pretty sure A was going to be the best one because I wanted to be within firing range. So here we are, dropping in. And I was hoping to be able to get a cheeky shot with 180, but that wasn't going to happen. And I didn't want to smack my dude in the back when I can. So you'll see the knocked over there fighting number 1, I believe, as my team starts making another big push. So I thought, oh, I can come over here and help, and I somehow didn't get that counter. But I do that and take him out because I'm like, hey, I need to stagger him because otherwise he'll kill me. So he's going to miss his shot, which is a bad move on his part, because I'm just going to get up and predict where he's going, and bam, he's gone. I think he would have done better if he had committed to trying to kill me. But at any point, I'm going to move up, take a few shots, and I'm going to just help knock this guy out. And then I'm going to try to trip him up a bit, realize the position I'm in, and then I'm going to basically play spoiler for the knock for a bit. I'm just going to rush him down because his legs are busted. I knew I was going to get overwhelmed there, but I wanted to make sure I took him out. Because if left unsupervised, he can shift a match because he can just come up and cause all kinds of trouble. Now, number 1's base bombing, it's a legitimate strategy. I'm just not particularly fond of it. So I'm trying to decide. I'm going to pop in, I believe, at E, oddly enough. Oh, I wanted to drop a support fire. That's right. And I'm going to look at this and go, okay, look, 2 has gone in too deep, so let's drop it on there too. So we call in the suit. Now, this is one of the big problems I have with a lot of supports, is that they are so damn slow that you never really feel like you can be super reactive. And I don't think it should be as reactive as a general is or a raid, but boy, you do feel like you are in pudding. So I saw the little jamming, so it's a telltale that there's a probably raid nearby. So I go, okay, screw it. I'm going to go around through the water, just checking behind me real quick, and then I jump in. Now, if you want to see something slow, it's a support underwater. So I jump this. I notice that there's some firefights going on here, and I notice this guy to my right, so I overshoot him, and then I fire here, and I just go, okay, I can commit with my machine gun and just probably rattle can him down real quick. I switch over to 180, And I see one is tangling over here, so I'm going to just hit him. I watched the knock die, so I did know he was nearby. I just didn't know where he was exactly. Now, I actually hold my fire in this case because they didn't want to immediately slam some of my guys in the back. So, even though I don't consider myself very good with sports, I do try very hard to not shoot or mess up my own guys. Now, there's going to be some cases that in a few minutes you're going to see, but this will happen occasionally. So, I do that to try to help him out, but it doesn't save him. So I charge my beam rifle, notice the knock, hit him with this, hit him with that, shoot him once because, ooh boy, that one round really hurt him. Basically hurt his feelings. But we're going to make sure he gets knocked out. I believe it's a GM2. He's going to harpoon gun me, but he's going to back off. So I'm going to try to back up this Guff Custom in a second after I throw some shots at that guy. And I misjudged my shot there, but he's able to counter and really just mess that guy off. So I turn over, try to take a few shots from that guy, and I go, okay, well, he's moving to that one, so we'll finish that guy off. Rules of conduct, people. Try not to skill litter people's kills. And I trip on one of my guys, and one of my guys, as I said, there's going to be a few cases. I try not to do it, but it happens. So, in this case, I'm trying to throw up as much fire as I can and just act as kind of a spoiler, absorb a little bit of damage. To the right, now, you might notice two guys who are kind of rushing us down. So, I was machine gunning them there to try to get a stagger, but let's see how we did. As we spark and smoke. That is actually a nice looking paint job on that thing, I gotta say. So no board position, but third place with 6 kills. Bye-bye.